If you trick or treat by the time you're 31, hey, a grown-ass man can do whatever he wants. But, I digress, you're probably not going to want to be on foot for very long. So, Briggs and I got to wondering, what would be your dream car come October 31st if you could pick anything? Just imagine that money's no issue. You can summon objects from movies, and at the first dawn of November, it all goes away. And choose carefully. It just may happen that more than your Halloween haul could depend on it. This is Bojangles, here to present Talk Horror's Top 10 Horror Movie Rides. The Happy Toyz Green Goblin truck from Maximum Overdrive. When all of the machines in the world have went haywire and want nothing more than to kill you, you'd be hard-pressed to find a more intimidating figure than an 18-wheeler with the face of the Green Goblin right on the grill. This thing looks like it would chase you to hell and back, never giving up. This was literally the face of the homicidal machines in the film, and I don't think they could have picked a better representative. Elvira's Macabre Mobile from Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. When you're the Mistress of the Dark and you have a rep to protect, you need a badass vehicle that reflects your personality perfectly. Well, Elvira definitely accomplished that with her Macabre Mobile. The steering wheel itself looks like it could be used to summon Satan, and her grille is a chromed out spider web. Now this is what I call a hot set of wheels. Be Eating You from Jeepers Creepers. I think a license plate that translates to Be Eating You is all you need to know about this monstrosity of a vehicle. It's the transportation of choice for a seemingly unstoppable creature, and the vehicle itself is enough to strike fear in the hearts of those around it. At least enough for the creeper to be able to get a scent of your fear and determine what body part he's going to rip from your body. The creeper loves to take body parts from his victims that are better than his own. Upon ingesting these body parts, they become a part of him, replacing the less effective ones. This also seems to be what the creeper has done with his ride. Despite the fact that the truck is huge, which we assume he uses to carry around dead bodies and some of his gadgets, it's quite capable of attaining high speeds. In other words, dude has put some serious muscle into this truck, and it doesn't matter how fast your car is because he's likely going to be able to catch you. So, how are you going to feel when this massive, decked out truck comes barreling towards you? You'll probably be shitting yourself in fear, just like Derry and Trish. The Ecto-1 from Ghostbusters. So, what do you do when you've assembled a crew of elite ghost hunters that are about to embark on a mission to save the world, but you need a kick-ass ride to represent yourself and your team? Well, insert the Ecto-1. This 1959 modified Cadillac ambulance is quite possibly one of the most memorable vehicles to ever hit the big screen. Chances are, if you pointed out the Ecto-1 to anyone, adult or child, they'd be able to tell you that it's the Ghostbusters car. The 1958 Plymouth Fury, known as Christine, from John Carpenter's Christine. They say there's nothing like the love between a boy and his very first set of wheels. However, what happens when that love is reciprocated by the vehicle itself? Could you imagine a love so strong that someone, or in this case, some car, is willing to kill for you? Well, that's exactly the relationship Arnie and Christine had together. Even though some may have said that Arnie had a shit taste in cars,
the boy does have good hands.
Good hands. Bad taste in cars.
there was nothing that was going to come between him and Christine.
Really? Cut it out. Don't.
What? Don't like me slapping your girl?
This was the case until death did them part, anyways. Brother Bob's monster truck from Monster Man. So, what could be worse than a deranged murderer chasing you in a truck? A deranged murderer chasing you in a monster truck. And that's what you're in for in 2003's Monster Man, a lesser-known horror comedy we'd like to get more people talking about. The truck is driven by Brother Bob, the monster the title refers to, who uses it to chase people down in sequences that aren't so much cat and mouse as charging elephant and anything else. It turns out that looting limbs is phase 1 in a plan to fix Bob's body, which was smashed during an incident in which he lost control of the truck and it threw him out. Aw, that's cold. Regretfully, or maybe thankfully, you won't be seeing this baby on the street anytime soon. During production, operating it required literal rocket fuel, and it could only perform for half an hour before overheating. The Dodge M4S from the Wraith. Let's say your town has a problem with hooligans that force people to race, and if they beat you, you have to give them your car. Let's also say that these road pirates will stop at nothing to win, even if it means employing the dirtiest of tactics. Well, that's exactly what these assholes do, but they're about to meet their match in a mysterious man that's visited their town, and he has a seemingly unbeatable car. However, his races aren't for a trivial item such as your car. Instead, he's going to race you to the death, which is exactly what these baddies deserve. Even though the Wraith may seem like it's out of this world, it's actually a Dodge M4S, which was a concept car made by Dodge for Indy races, but the vehicle never saw production. Dodge hooked the guys up with the original blueprints of their vehicle, and the crew was able to recreate the vehicle for the movie. With the vehicle able to reach speeds up to 195 miles per hour and hit 0 to 60 speeds in a little over 4 seconds, the street racers with their production cars never stood a chance. Suicide's El Dorado from Return of the Living Dead. There's nothing quite like cruising around in a convertible with some of your friends, and that's exactly the type of experience Suicide's El Dorado provided the kids from Return of the Living Dead. It's big, it's spacious, it has the man's name spray painted on it. It's definitely punk rock, and it's not one of those cars you're going to cry about if you get a scratch on it. Unfortunately, it may be a bit of a gas hog.
Well, we could always go drive around.
I don't got gas. You want to buy some gas, idiot?
I was kidding.
Which can be a problem when you want to cruise around, but otherwise, it's an awesome ride. Well, until the dead are beginning to rise from their graves due to infectious rain, which you and your friends need to shield yourselves from, but the soft top may have some rips and tears in it. Uh-oh. Silver Bullet from Silver Bullet. Life can certainly be a drag when you're a kid in a wheelchair. Luckily, Marty at least had a motorized wheelchair, but still, would you be excited to drive something like that around? Thankfully, Marty had a badass for an uncle that wanted to build him something nice out of pure love for his nephew. The end result took Marty from driving around the moped of wheelchairs straight up to the Harley Davidson of wheelchairs, the Silver Bullet. It was fast, it sounded great, and it definitely got Marty out of some precarious situations. The Plymouth Barracuda from Phantasm. When you're hunting down the tall man so you can drive a stake right through his heart,
Yeah, we'll lay that sucker out flat and drive a stake right through his goddamn heart.
there's one car you can count on to track that bastard down, the Hemi Cuda. This was Reggie Bannister's car of choice, and for good reason. It's black, so it's nice and stealthy. It's fast, so practically no one is going to be able to outrun you. It's agile, so it can maneuver even the most difficult of obstacles. Also, it's just a damn sexy beast, so what's not to love? Unfortunately, its attractiveness is also what led to numerous hooligans trying to steal the ride from Reggie. Still, the car always found its place in the hands of its rightful owners. Before we drive off into the sunset, talkers, we'd like to thank you for watching our Grim Auto Show. If you've got the notion to swing back tomorrow for another entry in our 31 Days of Halloween collection, remember to subscribe to the channel. And as always, if you're still alive out there, please send some more feedback and leave a comment below.
Send more cops.